Hey there, Raiders Nation. Have you ever wondered if the constant shuffle in leadership is the reason behind our team's struggles? Or maybe, just maybe, it's something deeper? Today, we're diving headfirst into the swirling rumors about Antonio Pierce's future as head coach and what it means for the team's future. From missed playoff berths to the search for that elusive franchise quarterback, the Raiders' journey has been anything but smooth sailing. Could this be the turning point? Stick around because we'll unpack everything, the highs, the lows, and the big what's next question. And before we kick things off, smash that like button, subscribe to help us hit 2,000 Raiders fans strong, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Should the Raiders give Pierce another shot? Or is it time for a clean slate? Let's talk about it. A franchise in turmoil. The Las Vegas Raiders story over the past 3 years has been a roller coaster ride, and not the fun kind. Since their last playoff appearance, they've cycled through 2 head coaches and struggled to find their footing in the NFL. Fans have seen their team go from a hopeful contender to what some might call the league's worst-performing franchise. Let's rewind to that playoff loss against the Cincinnati Bengals. It was a moment that, at the time, seemed like a stepping stone. Instead, it became the start of a downward spiral. 2 coaching changes later, the Raiders find themselves at 3-12 this season, holding the number 6 draft pick and desperately searching for answers. The stakes are high, and patience is wearing thin. Fans are asking, can this team ever turn things around? And perhaps the bigger question is, where does the fault lie in the players, the coaches, or somewhere else entirely? Antonio Pierce's tenure. Antonio Pierce, the lifelong Raiders fan, stepped into the role of head coach under challenging circumstances. He inherited a roster that many argue lacks the depth and talent needed to compete. Still, opinions on his performance are split. Some believe Pierce wasn't given a fair chance. After all, rebuilding a struggling team doesn't happen overnight. Others argue that Pierce, while passionate and dedicated, may not have the skill set to lead an NFL team to success. Reports suggest his tenure could be nearing its end. If true, this would mark yet another chapter in the Raiders' long history of head coach turnover. But is firing Pierce the right move? Or would stability and time allow him to grow into the role? To fire or not to fire? Raiders fans are nothing if not passionate. And when it comes to Pierce's future, they're divided. On one hand, there's the argument that he inherited a flawed team and deserves more time to prove himself. On the other, some fans feel the franchise needs a complete overhaul, from the coaching staff to the quarterback position. The fan base has been vocal, with strong opinions on both sides. Some point to the team's lack of a clear offensive strategy as evidence that Pierce isn't the man for the job. Others highlight moments of grit and determination, arguing that with the right support, Pierce could succeed. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should the Raiders stick with Pierce? Or is it time to move on? A 20-year nightmare. It's been 2 decades since the Raiders last celebrated a playoff victory. Think about that for a moment. 20 years of missed opportunities, coaching changes, and unmet expectations. For a franchise with such a storied history, it's a drought that weighs heavily on fans. This context makes the current situation even more pressing. The Raiders aren't just fighting to improve their record, they're battling to restore their legacy. And to do that, they need 2 things: a franchise quarterback and a head coach who can lead them into a new era. Could Pierce be that coach? Or is he just another name in a long list of short-term solutions? Upcoming games as the decider. The next few games could be crucial in determining Pierce's fate. The Raiders face the New Orleans Saints and the Los Angeles Chargers, 2 matchups that will test the team's resilience and adaptability. Will these games provide the breakthrough moments Pierce needs to secure his position? Or will they confirm the doubts of his critics? Either way, the outcome could set the tone for the Raiders' offseason moves, draft picks, and future plans. With the number 6 draft pick, the Raiders have a chance to address one of their biggest needs: a franchise quarterback. But securing the right player is easier said than done. The team's draft strategy will be closely scrutinized, as fans hope for a move that sparks a much-needed turnaround. Pairing a talented quarterback with the right coach is key. The question is, will that coach be Pierce, or will the Raiders look elsewhere? Raiders Nation, now's the time to make your voice heard. What's your take on Antonio Pierce and the team's future? Should the Raiders stick with him? Or is it time for a fresh start? Raider Nation, what a season it has been for the Las Vegas Raiders. From ups and downs to unexpected twists, this year's journey has left fans with plenty to discuss. But here's the big question for today. Should the Raiders focus on ending the season strong or prioritize their draft position for a brighter future? Head coach Antonio Pierce has made his stance clear, aiming for improvement, progress, and ending on a high note. But not all fans are on board with this strategy. What does this mean for the Raiders' draft hopes and their future star quarterback? Stick around as we break it all down. And don't forget, if you're passionate about the Raiders, hit that subscribe button and help us reach our next goal of 2K subscribers. Your support keeps Raider Nation thriving. Let us know in the comments what you think about Coach Pierce's goals for the season. Like, subscribe, and let's dive in. Setting the stage. Welcome to the Raider Nation Spotlight. Today, we're diving into the heart of the Las Vegas Raiders' late season strategy. With just 2 games remaining in the 2024 regular season, the team's focus has taken a surprising turn. Head coach Antonio Pierce's recent comments about improvement, progress, and ending on a high note have sparked debate among fans. Is this the right move for a team with a 3-12 record? And what does it mean for their position in the 2025 NFL Draft? Grab your silver and black gear as we tackle these questions together. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest Raiders news and updates. Introducing the controversy. The Raiders season has been nothing short of a roller coaster. With a 3-12 record, many fans expected the team to shift focus to securing a prime draft pick. But last week's win against the Jacksonville Jaguars, led by a resilient team effort, threw a wrench in that plan. Coach Antonio Pierce, stepping into his leadership role, made it clear that the Raiders aren't giving up. Pierce's goals for the remainder of the season, improvement, progress, and ending on a high note, sound admirable. Yet, for a team out of playoff contention, some fans argue that prioritizing victories now could jeopardize their chances of drafting top quarterback prospects like Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward. How do you feel about this balancing act between long-term strategy and short-term pride? Share your thoughts below. How did we get here? This season's struggles have been evident from the start. Early injuries, inconsistent performances, and a tough schedule placed the Raiders in a difficult position. Yet, through it all, one thing remained constant: the resilience of Raider Nation. Coach Antonio Pierce took over amid this turmoil, and his determination to instill a winning mentality is evident. The victory against the Jaguars showcased a team playing for pride, not draft rankings. But with the Raiders currently sitting 6th in the 2025 draft order, even one more win could have major implications. Should the Raiders be fighting to win now, or should they embrace a more calculated approach? Let's hear your take. The coach's perspective. Why winning matters. Antonio Pierce's philosophy centers on building a culture of excellence. For Pierce, every game matters regardless of the standings. In his view, the Raiders' focus should be on consistent improvement and fostering a competitive spirit. Ending on a high note isn't just about wins. It's about setting a standard. Pierce wants his players to carry this momentum into next season. But does this mindset align with the team's best interests? The debate is heating up, and we want your opinion. Is this the foundation of a winning culture, or is it a missed opportunity for a brighter future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Divided opinions. Raider Nation is buzzing with reactions to Pierce's comments. Some fans appreciate his commitment to excellence, while others feel the focus should shift to draft strategy. One fan summed up the frustration. That was literally the only thing you were supposed to do from the start of the season. Others see value in Pierce's approach, arguing that a strong finish could set the tone for 2025. What's your take? Are you team win now or team draft focus? Engage with us in the comments, and let's keep this discussion alive. The implications for the future. With the 2025 NFL Draft looming, every decision counts. The Raiders' current draft position puts them within striking distance of top-tier talent. But that could change with another win. Prospects like Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward could transform the team's future, but only if they're within reach. Pierce's focus on finishing strong raises questions. Is a single late season win worth the potential cost of missing out on a franchise quarterback? Or does building a winning culture now outweigh the risks? Let's analyze these scenarios and what they mean for Raider Nation. Before you go, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 2,000 fans, and share this video with fellow Raiders enthusiasts. Your support keeps this channel going and ensures we can bring you the latest news and analysis. And stay tuned, because the next story might just be the one that changes everything for the Raiders. Let's keep the conversation going.